Spectacular scenes over there on the main stage.
Oh, yeah.
I've got to say, the light show is underway here in Copenhagen. The crowd's looking hype, and we have ourselves such a turn of events, Mohan. When we got our caster schedule, I was looking at this round, number 3, NiP and FaZe, and kind of thinking, all right, maybe we'll get something, but I wasn't as hyped.
To keep it transparent, you know, you're going to get some good games, you're going to get some games that are not expected to be great, but...
And yet now we have the teams that are both 2-0.
Yeah.
So just, wow, whatever happened yesterday has left us with an awesome place to start here on day 2. So thanks for joining us on the C stream. Scrawny and Launders, ready to bring you another Dust 2 matchup. That's good. I'm excited to see FaZe on Dust.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good map for both teams. We saw FaZe narrowly avoid Dust yesterday. It actually was like their last ban, so it could have been between that and Nuke. They decided to go with Nuke, so we know that that was kind of next up. It'll be super interesting to see kind of how good these teams are. When we saw yesterday Liquid versus Na'Vi on Dust 2, it was this aim battle that kept happening at mid at like a minute 30. Everybody would bring the SIGs out. Twist was waiting for Guardian to peek him with an op and then killing him with the SG in one bullet with complete confidence.
No chance.
He wasn't like running away. He was standing there waiting for the peek. He wanted the fight with the op. Now that's a terrible thing if you're going to be opping, and I think that's changing the kind of strategic makeup of Dust 2 until maybe we see kind of a Krieg nerf for potentially. So I think what will have happen instead is less opping at mid, because that seems to be just too much of a liability. You know, we're talking about like left side peaks and which side of of mid you're on. Well, now the CT can't control that with the op, and it's a lot easier, obviously, for the T, who has a lot more space back there, to just move back and forth, and he can move faster. So with all that in mind, you know, you might want to just have your op in B side on Dust 2 and an op on A long as you normally would, but try to maybe avoid opping mid, because that seems just like such a volatile position right now.
I feel like it's a product of the meta, right? The Krieg situation is really glaringly obvious, I think, when you look at Dust 2 mid in particular. So many mid picks going on nowadays, and like you said, you've just got to kind of give that up. And wildly enough, A is yet our target. You know, catwalk to A splits so frequent yesterday, and it's that mid door cross that everyone's scared of, and I don't blame them. Not the least bit.
Yeah, they should be worried for sure. Yesterday we saw Coldzera back in form. 2016 Coldzera, 2015 Olaf Meister. It was a really wonderful sight. They were much more happy like after the game ended. You know, FaZe usually are having like a rough time at basically every event these days. I think they did win a blast. They did win Miami. Yeah, once upon a time.
Oddly enough, right? That one event they had with Adrian.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we thought FaZe was just instantly back on the map. That was the huge move, and then, well, you know what? The beautiful thing of that win, of course, is that it's one of the biggest reasons as to how they secured their spot in BAHRAIN. Like FaZe, they're not in NiP's position coming into Copenhagen, who were playing to try and secure that finals position. They've already got it locked down, and it's because they've won one.
Yeah.
We give credence to NiP because they consistently do decent at blasts in particular.
Oh, yeah.
It was weird. All year long, they were floating in the middle of the pack, and we kept thinking to ourselves, maybe they'd make a finals, maybe they'd take one home. And they've done enough to now ensure that they're not dead last.
No, it's true. Like NiP, it's like you don't know what to expect from them from every tournament. There's been a lot of roster changes involved, but at Blast, it seems to be constant. That not constant, but most of the time they do really well. And even in this one, yeah, it's like even if they got second last place, they'd still make it to BAHRAIN. Here, they're already like on track to make it to the finals of this tournament. And as you guys know, like Astralis or not, that's also a really interesting conversation. They're going to be playing against Liquid. So if they beat Liquid, you know, then they're on track to maybe get the 3-0 in the second day. That makes it a whole lot more possible. But they did lose to both FaZe and NiP yesterday, which I'd say FaZe were one of the better teams. You know, Cloud9, NiP were two of the question marks.
Sure enough.
Or so.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, NiP were banking on Cloud9 taking that last place spot, and then Astralis did them a favor, and you know they're playing.
Nice guys, those Danes, man. They're so nice.
Wild.
Yeah.
It's tough to see Astralis in such a position, seeing as this is their home event, and that they've never been able to win a Blast Copenhagen either.
Yeah. You want to talk about home crowd advantage? Seems to have the reverse effect.
Yeah, we got to get that crowd in on day one, because I think the empty stadium really cost them. But what was it? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I was thinking about crowds.
Yeah. Dust 2. So we're going to have a repeat of yesterday.
Yeah.
Dust 2, then Nuke. We got a little bit of a mic issue that we're just waiting to solve.
I remember the point I was going to make. That was, I think Maniac said it best. He tweeted earlier today where it's like, we're not going to go ahead and jump the gun on this. We're not going to just all aboard the hype train, but Astralis do face a situation where they're at least playing Nuke 2 times to start the day. Versus Liquid, versus Na'Vi, who we saw not look convincing on it yesterday.
Yeah.
And then their final matchups versus Cloud9.
That's true.
So you'd think to yourself, like, a 0-2 start on day 1 generally spells disaster, but there was 2 two teams already at the 1-1 mark. And the last blast in Moscow was the first time O2, Avant-Garde, home field advantage, make it to the finals. This spectacular win, the Cinderella story comes into fruition. And now we are asking ourselves, will it happen back to back?
Yeah, and there's also the tale of the storyline, drawing up a better story. And yesterday it was Na'Vi and Liquid, where Na'Vi never beat Liquid. Yesterday they beat them.
Sure, yeah.
And hopefully that doesn't repeat today for Astralis, because when they played, the last time that Liquid beat them was at ESL Pro League Finals, I believe.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that was a long time ago, a whole season ago.
Well, here we go, Mohan. The wait is over. Round 3 underway, both on the stage and here on the C stream. Oh, I was wondering why everyone was going long.
Yeah, and
Let's
with
get the
knives
knife
out.
round in.
Yeah, with knives out.
It's not every day we get to see a knife round.
Yeah, I mean, you got famous for casting one of these, right? So,
did I?
oh my God. Wow, they got 6 kills.
Sure enough.
Ninjas in Pyjamas, looking hot already.
There's some chaos amidst the ranks. Poor Plopsky backstabbed.
So we going with Broky or Brocky?
Broky.
Broky.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Yo, bro.
Yeah, we put the votes in the green room. It was kind of split up. But with you on Broky, I'm indifferent. I'm going to go with Broky.
All right. Welcome to the camp.
Broccoli.
Oakley Broccoli.
Oakley Broccoli. Hokely Dokley.
Hopefully, these guys are ready to roll. Knife round's done. Pistol strats being cemented.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, they're all facing long. I do think, you're going to buy based off of your spawns quite often. Dust is just so simple. You just kind of want to play off spawns a lot of the time. And the only thing is you need double smokes for the cross these days. So we'll see. They might go out to try to take pick control and then do the double cross smokes and then take A later in the round.
Man, I was shocked with the amount of lacking cat retakes we saw on A yesterday.
It was a big problem actually for Liquid, where it felt like they probably could have won some of those rounds, even though Na'Vi were playing well. No doubt about it, Na'Vi were playing well. But, yeah.
No doubt Electronic was playing well.
Oh, my God.
38 kills.
140 ADR. 140 ADR in 30 rounds.
One of the best individual performances that we have seen all year long. But, alas, the wait is over. Let's get into this one, folks. It is the Pistol of FaZe Clan and Ninjas in Pyjamas. The two teams at the 2-0 record. Surprisingly enough. And for now, no casualties.
Oh, this is big. It's a bit of a ruse. He's got one player at long holding attention of 2. So that's big value. And then you've got Lecker on the ramp who's got to deal with this 4-man cat setup. And there was no one spotting mid. So not only did they not see the Xbox smoke, but they didn't see 4 players rushing up. Good jump here from Nico. Very smooth to dodge flashes. Doesn't see anybody on the ramp, and the USPs are coming in to assist.
Yeah, Twist dodges the peak for the time. Nico knows he's there, but had to deal with Lecro first. There is still that third A player in res. He sits back towards pit as Broky does put down the bomb, but Plopsky just drops on him, and there will be a very quick defuse. Ninjas, no retake needed. They got themselves into the mix while the gunfights all went down.
Not a bad start to the round, but they got out, they got up cat, no damage. They got their smokes off. They got that clean jump into CT spawn, ran up to the ramp. And I think if Nico had peeked a little bit wider, could have got a kill earlier, but I don't think that was the main issue. It was kind of everybody else. So A-split, oh my God, A-split sometimes goes planned. Plopsky actually got both those kills through the smoke on the cross.
Yeah, that kind of changes the significance of those kills.
That might have an impact on the round. That might have an impact. Okay, so that does change things. See, they were a little low, but he got the kill. So what do we have now?
Does this anger you?
No.
Round 2 Kriegs, Launders?
Oh, because it's Kriegs? Yeah, I was thinking like, well, of course you'd buy them.
Yeah. So. No shocker. But
oh wow,
not going to find that opening.
It's still M4 season, it looks like.
Nico's going to swipe it.
This is the other value of being able to buy with 3 guns. Because you're on T side, you can just try to dictate an entry. If it doesn't work, your teammate can pick up a gun who never wanted to buy a gun in the first place. Yeah, super value.
Rain will be giving this space towards mid. Only eyes on it would be Forrest outside the doors. He waits.
Dorist. Go ahead.
That's all you got?
Yeah. Take it away quick.
Back in control. Nice and slow. I was wondering because, I mean, again, our Dust 2 experience yesterday was such a clash. Na'Vi and Liquid just smashing each other in mid. Like you said, a minute 30 and there would already be 6 frags across the board. But Nico will equalize on long and Forrest comes downwards towards mid. Rain had his head on a swivel. Now it's splattered on the back wall.
That's a really nice kill. Nico catching that flank. And then also one of the players left alive is Rez, so he was the other one at long. He's not going to fight. FaZe are so split up still at this point. I thought they were actually just going to maybe commit out of mid, but no trade in sight, so we'll see what they do now. Lekro, is he in CT spawn? It looks like he must be if he's looking that way, yeah. So they can just kind of cruise over top of him. And Rez, he's got a scout and like 10 HP. Good luck, buddy.
Cross your fingers. Lekro. Here's the footsteps. He drops first. Oh, man.
Broky looks a little bit better than yesterday, huh?
Yeah, that's a hell of a start. Big entry on the A site. Now, Forrest was already dropped to 42 and he cleared mid. But Plopsky has yet to see action this round. And he started off hot in the pistol. So, looking to clamber into the A site. Olaf, deep pit. 2 players on site itself. Nico tucked away towards Goose. Broky's never going to get seen until the CT's near the site itself. Nico dancing with the edge. He's going to play that Deagle to AT, but Forrest in with a trade frag. Knows there's one tucked away. Doesn't have a kit, and there's nothing he can do about this. FaZe Clan using the force buy to rob a round right back.
Pretty good, pretty good. And it was 3v4 when they got on Cat. Broky put together the 2-piece, and that's the reason they were able to win. The early damage dealt to Rez was also very big, even though he won that trade initially. Him being a last line of defense on A was enormous. And oh my god, he actually just hit that like beautiful one-tap. Didn't even realize that Rez had low HP. Probably felt even better for it.
Yeah, that's true. Full health wouldn't have made a difference.
Yeah. That's sick. That's really sick. And it's good to see, because he seemed a little bit, I don't want to say nervous yesterday, but he definitely didn't look good yesterday.
He was no star.
Yeah.
Right? But Deagle's back up for Ninjas, taken down. They try to play inside their smoke. What do you know? Oh, but Rez, wow, he knows his way around a Deag.
Wow, okay. That's pretty nice. FaZe go out long. Very simple stuff. You do this a lot on Dust too. It's a very consistent way to win rounds. But NiP know what's up as well.
I'm looking forward to the development of the two-man show between Coldzera and Broky, because there was an HLTV article that just came out with Yanko, who mentioned that, you know, he's not sure if it's going to be the exact same as the Coldzera Taco combo, but that those two are working on this kind of, you know, connected synergy. Exactly.
Gotcha.
So that's a lot, you know. If you ask any Counter-Strike player, who would you like to be your right-hand man?
Coldzera?
Yeah.
Can I have Coldzera, please?
And he got him. But here we go. Bomb down. Krieg picked up for Forrest. He has found at least one frag already this time. And it's going to be the other two CTs coming in off catwalk. Smoke begins to fade, and it is replaced immediately. That's going to convince them to drop off.
It's good that they got some kills, so yeah, you kind of know that this is going to happen. They'll take long, they'll get A, they'll get the bomb down. And unless they really mess up, you're not going to lose a round like this. Good to save a Krieg, so Forrest will take that back and chill. And then we'll move into what'll probably be a better buy. Or we'll actually maybe recycle and just try again with what they have. Don't think Olaf will even upgrade in this situation. And we'll see if they anti-echo to long again, because that was something that was a perpetual kind of deal for Liquid yesterday. They just kept going to long, even when it was obvious, because they believe that their anti-ecos are most consistent that way. And they were able to win versus 5 on the site from Na'Vi. FaZe will have a bunch of strategies, but it's also Yanko's favorite strategy too. On anti-ecos, just focus out long, go up, get the bomb plant, be done with it, move on. But yeah, we've got some kind of default going on right now. Just want to hold the tunnel's control. There is almost no reason to have 5 players going to the same place, and definitely not if the round is going to be somewhat long. So here, there's a lot of pressure from both sides, and an important kill goes down. They can protect the Krieg as well.
But a little right eye peek from the Deag's gonna help. Twist, taps, 4-1. And that Krieg can still be contained. Lekro, get your paws on it. He'll fall off. He's being given the chance to retreat as well, but Rez has walked out through middle doors, almost catching Coldzera. If they could synchronize the tunnel push, him and Plopsky could very well be grabbing another gun, but he's caught in the open. If only he was given the chance to retreat. But Plopsky can still come down from B. They could still corral FaZe Clan into the ropes.
Wow.
However, now Plopsky's on his own.
He doesn't know if he can grab that.
Yeah.
Go. Does he have an armor? Yeah, he does.
Yes, sir. And a Molotov,
You know
too.
what? I'm not going to write him out of this. They're actually taking a long way to A as well. And I think he heard them, but that smoke's actually pretty smart, so it's not going to allow him to see anything on their walk back up. Olaf, watches spawn. Swedish on Swedish. Action. Plopsky goes out, and FaZe Clan win the round. Rez is looking pretty nice, huh?
Rez is looking good. Broky's looking good.
Broky's looking good.
And that's something that I was hoping for when we started this event this weekend, was just to see, you know, what the new kid had to offer.
Yeah.
And, well, it's our first chance at watching FaZe.
Yeah.
He's delivering.
No SGs. They've got the nades they want, so I guess, yeah. Or, sorry, no AUGs is what I meant to say. No AUG shots going off on the cross.
On the flash from Forest. Maybe expecting Rain to be this aggressive early. Because the moment that flash popped, Forest turns around. He welcomes him through the doorway.
They will sit and wait patiently. First flash goes out. But again, you know about NP flash, so they're not going to peek anything. They just want to throw the flash to see if someone moves behind the door. Then he can spam it.
Ooh, he sees the head. Oh, almost a second. NiP crouches back down, and Forest can't manage to hold on there. 4 versus 4 regardless. Great timing coming out of Forest for the first one, but NiP, he will clear mid. 4 health is all he had to hold on to. Yeah. Rez could activate trying to push along, but Coldzera's patiently waiting. And NiP's going to give away shadow advantage. If he comes towards door, Rez, clear your corners, and he doesn't, so he's punished. Understandably so. To the 4v2 we go. CT's split.
Interesting. Yeah, they wanted to look for information. You can't blame them. It feels like Coldzera knew he was about to get a kill. He's actually waiting for even a re-aggression. That's not going to come, but this will help them lead out long. They might have to pull Broky a little bit closer to mid so that they can perform the split. But they're going up against one player on the site. This is the single position you can play if you don't have longer cat control. So they know that.
He's going to move. Tries to really go for the initiative. Coldzera down range.
He's just so unfavored in that spot. So the whole meta of Dust 2 on the A site is if you're a T, take cat control or long control, and then you know where the rest of the spots that the CTs will be playing in. Whereas if, for example, we look at this view right now, if NiP's on the ramp, for example, that's where a CT can stand if you have long control. That's a great spot to defend against cat. It's hard to nade. You kind of have a lot of room, so you can't molly it out completely. And it gives you a lot of versatility. But once the Ts have long and cat control, the literal only spot on the entire site that you can stand is behind single box to be safe from both long and cat. You're susceptible to nades, pre-fires, getting crunched. And so, and on top of all that, you're so uncomfortable. You know they're coming for you. So I'm not surprised he lost.
Well, how about one survivor? Not even. Poor Plopsky removed. FaZe to the 4-1. This is looking smooth for the FaZe clan.
Not bad. I see some rounds on the horizon for NiP, though. They look like they're hitting shots, which I think is kind of the most important thing to see first.
Ooh. And again, Lekro damages him to 4 health before that op fires off.
Yeah.
And it really did seem like Forrest was about to creep out through doors for a big multi-kill. Just saw the tip of the hats. All he needed. But alas, FaZe clan looking to put themselves on fire. A 5-round spree after losing pistol would be fantastic for them.
This cements so much because yesterday on Nuke, it wasn't clear if FaZe were really good or if they were just kind of good, but also a little messy and got a little lucky.
Sure.
So, you know, these matches are maybe even more telling than yesterday's, where it's like, how the hell did FaZe beat Astralis 16-2? How did they beat Navi on Nuke so handedly, you know? Well, we'll see if they can do it versus the other 2-0 team right now.
Just up close, just the USP, but now the Deegs at bat. And NiP makes quick work of the first. Rez and Plopsky, again, separate sides of the map for them, but the bomb finds itself sitting outside long, happy to hold, hoping that the guys on the elbow would get that entry on A and that it would be clear sailing. However, a little bit of a wave in Rez. He retreats back down into CT spawn, calls Plopsky to come over. This B lurk from Broky could really spell disaster, but he is still cautious that someone's near. Another quick firefight.
Dude, he can't be stopped. He's been getting so many kills on these ecos with that deagle.
Dirty Juans.
If he, I mean, you know, if they come back and it gets close, You got to really look at how many people he's killed with the deagle, so because he's gonna be the reason that they force a rebuy if they do.
Nothing for Plopsky though. So the FaZe clan on fire. Logo looking good.
Yeah.
Another anti-eco, pretty smooth. But you are right. These deagle kills, I would love to just have like an accumulative total of the cost from his kills.
Yeah, he's at 4 or 5.
How much money has he dropped?
This is interesting. So even though they have, I guess. No, man, I guess they bought down to 0 again. I was wondering if we're going to see Augs come out, but they're kind of favoring grenades over the Augs, which is totally normal. The M4s have actually worked okay for them because their first shot accuracy has been really good. So they've actually been able to beat out these SGs in like pure aim duels. Saw it happen out long with the Reds.
Dude, they're staring at that long door.
They want it. They have like the worst long spawn ever.
I was about to say that. Unless they decide to run down mid.
Oh, how we long for you.
Ooh.
The long doors.
Of course, the pause called by Ninjas. Just going to talk things over before we get into their what feels like first gun round, but it's just because we've been moving so quickly through the first 6th. The 7th begins. Olaf on the op will hold middle. Twist could be on the other side, but it is just that one player in Plopsky heading towards B. They want long just as badly as FaZe seem to. Smoke puts out the flames, jump over, and a collateral shot that just takes down one player. But Rain limps away slightly towards the edge, still able to best res inside that pit.
He is better with a deagle right now, man. He's been nuts with a deagle. This is really weird. We're having a round where they go out long. There's 4 CTs there, and then they jump through a smoke and get collateraled because Twist is just waiting on the corner. Not exactly sure why FaZe really wanted long this round, and also why Ninjas were so sure that they were going to go for it.
Molly put out by Twist. He'll hold his own. FaZe have the follow-up incendiary if needed. They do have more Molotovs than he has smokes.
Yeah, this is bad spots on A, I think, if I'm the CTs. Because like as I was just talking about, like if you don't have cat control, you're not safe anywhere on the site. So now they're starting to move up to cat control, and Olaf is kind of just around the corner, but he's not moved up far enough. This is great, too. Now they have support for their mid-speed. Oh! And
however,
their cat presence.
Lekro's going to scramble and try to get back into the site, but he's turned against the flash. Coldzera, he's burning nearly to a crisp. 12 health, but the bomb at least thrown open. In 25 seconds, Forrest cleared from long, and Plopsky, again, just having to play this B to A rotation. Poor guy has not been able to get into the mix.
Good from FaZe. I mean, they wait for a response, right? They take long control, and then you expect the CTs to squeeze to cat. Olaf waits there for the push, then they fight them on cat, and it's only Twist by himself with the op. He does get destroyed, so, you know, there's a chance he gets the op shot off and then at least gets a kill, but ultimately, like, FaZe, I mean, this is how they wanted the round to go. They found the fights exactly where they expected them. And Ninjas were the ones who responded a little late. They sent Twist by himself. They
and Lekro down to boost Forrest
on the site. Yeah, they could have done that 10, 15 seconds ago.
Are you critical of Twist going past the brick box on catwalk and going downstairs to peek mid?
I'm fine whatever he wants to do because he's by himself.
Okay.
So if you're looking at it from his perspective, he has to defend cat no matter what. So he can go like stand in the cat corner and fight like that way if he wants to, or he can go all the way down if he feels like he has a read. It's basically his life. He's got to get like 2 kills or stay alive, whatever. So if I'm the IGL, I'm like, dude, make the play that makes you feel comfortable. You got to like basically save this round for us, and then we'll make sure that we're okay after that. And if the farther down he goes, the earlier gets information too.
Sure enough.
So if, say, for example, they came out a few seconds later and he pushes all the way over to cat and gets a kill with no trade, then suddenly like they maybe win.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I can see where you're coming from. He was kind of out in the open. He's by himself.
Just gets swept away by Coldzera, who, tip of the hat, just continues through the fire of catwalk as well and catches Lekro too. You know, NiP just seconds too late on their movement on that A site.
Yeah, it was really the rest of the setup that I feel like they could have saved time on. But we're back on pistols. Flopsky's got an M4, and it's actually in the right site.
Yeah.
Try to push. Oh,
he'll get a chance, but a little bit of smoke in front doesn't plume fast enough to give him that cover. Nico not looking at the right spot, but still res down. And Lekro will at least get a fadeaway deke. And Twist into the mix as well. So they've corralled FaZe Clan into the entirety of this B site. Twist finds himself an upgrade into the Krieg. Wow. Bruh.
But he's also got a gun at mid he should go get. He probably shouldn't fight at all. There's one at the Xbox. It's a free rifle for next round, and you better believe they're not winning this one.
2 of these T's not safe at all. Olaf confidently running round. Now, if Plopsky comes over, there is no kit in the mix, unfortunately, for NiP, but they could still just start racking up costs here. Coldzera shows himself, and Rain emerges from the backs. So once FaZe decide to evacuate the bomb site, mid, good call.
I don't want to harp on that too much, but his teammate just got a kill for him at mid with a free rifle at his feet. That's like a really big save. But either way, it's FaZe win. Oh, wow, he died.
How does... Yeah, he dies in CT, but the tunnel player's all good.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Rain's doomed. He's got a Krieg waiting for him. The bomb's going to blow up, but I take back what I said.
Okay.
Poor Coldzera.
Yeah, it happens, I guess. FaZe up 7-1. That's the real story.
Yeah. And so what if there's some economic, costs at the end of that one? We still have over 12 grand between just Olaf and Rain alone. Op back into the mix. Full Kriegs. One of which finds itself on the CT side. Remember, we did have Rez walk away from the previous round. Again, because of his deagles.
Because of the deagles.
Whoa, but it's towards mid that Plopsky opens up shop. Finally, not relegated to the B bomb site. He gets into the gunfights early. Broky leads the entry into the site. And Forrest on the other side of doors gets flashed in. Sees 3 Ts, can only take down one. Efficient trade fragging. Lekro taps away for the final kill, and 1v3 is where we're left. Olaf.
It's the simple fake.
Yeah. Slippery fingers, but still quick on the trigger. He'll take down Twist. Now the bomb's in the site, 2 CTs on it. Is he saving for a minute or coming at them from a different angle?
Yeah, he's moving pretty fast. He's moving pretty deliberately. I feel like he's trying to make some kind of play. 1v2, lots of time left over, tons of health. Smoke and a molly. Okay, so he's just going to take a big risk, see if he can get the first kill this way.
Sure.
Someone has their back turn watching mid, maybe gets the frag, but that's not the case. So he's hoping somebody is basically opping his cross on mid, I guess. But no, not today.
We talked about this slightly yesterday, where Get Right's the one who's saying, we want more of these situations where this type of a 1 versus 2 is tantalizing and likely enough for Olaf to make these plays, right?
Yeah.
These clutches are what can make Counter-Strike so heart-pumping. But so much time has gone by that Lekro seems ready for this. Rez is going to swing. He knows there's probably someone back there. Oh, but Lekro gives himself away, and the peak is red. Now he's in the open, and Lekro, just dodging op shots, dances through the doorway. Olaf ready for either side, closes the gap, swaps to the M4, and he's not going to win his clutch. Ninjas with a second round, but hot damn, good effort.
Bro, win that for us, man.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Come on, dude. That was such an easy flick. Olaf. He's so mad at himself. He had that play down. That was sick. He read it perfectly, and from his perspective going in the window, he knows, he's probably pretty aware of what spots they're probably in, right?
Sure enough.
Someone watching window in the back. He literally reads the second peek. That was so nice. And then even swapping out to the M4 at the last second, that was sick too. It's
nearly the exact same crossfire that we had in the previous round from FaZe in their post plan, right? So the exact same spots. Olaf reads it, and Lekro just too slippery. Gets away through doors.
It was a nice try, though. It was a nice try. I got a little salty, I won't lie. Good effort. Yeah, good effort. Ninjas come away with a second.
Yeah, I'm not biased towards a winner, but I am biased towards the clutch.
For sure. Towards the clutch, yeah.
I'm about that highlight reels.
But yeah, second thing up behind that is just having a good game. So at least maybe this will give us that. Ninjas back on their feet. Got a little welfare check in the mail with that round. Interesting play too. I actually like how FaZe in that round, they did a lot of mid presence. They got the peak, and then Ninja's response was to run out mid, and then 2 flashes, 2 people in CT. That was a great response, but then FaZe saw an opportunity oh, we can hit B now, and that was a great play too. So I think they were going to win that, but good rotations from NiP. Rotato, potato.
Things slowed down though this time. We were starting to get into that kind of, boxing speed. Push to the push, shove to the shove. FaZe Clan just gonna burn it down to the 30-second mark. So we've got Nico still sitting outside long doors. When all of these numbers are seen, maybe Rez gets caught on the opposite side, but it's forced to the corner. Traded after one. Twist has a bit of cover, but the fire and the presence of FaZe is just too much to handle. However, as said, Nico does catch that long A rotation. So now the 2 remaining ninjas just have to fixate on the site. They know there's a clock ticking behind them. They've got to go in, and they have to do it now. But Broky taps slightly from the back of Flat. They know he's out there. there. They have the cover of the smoke towards door. Nico has to get into the mix because Broky's calling for help now. Maybe he does it on his own, but with 2 HP, it's into the clutch. And Lekro, he's aware, but how close has Nico gotten? That's the biggest question. Close enough to tap away. Yeah. FaZe take 8.
Within breathing distance, he walked up at the end, yeah. There was enough noise cut. Yeah, just breathed on him a little bit. That almost got a little risky. They needed Broky to get the kill because Nico's in a terrible spot. Can't help his teammate for a long time. So, very good play by him. FaZe win another one, protecting the bomb and putting ninjas on another pistolero. They've got a couple of players with armor, but it's only a half buy. Forrest gets peppered on his way to B. It's kind of part of the job description if you're going to be a B player. So I'm sure he's not surprised.
Ooh, man, oh man, oh man.
So that's a read based on the last anti-eco where CT stacked up towards A. Went a little better for them that time. This time, FaZe hold up in the door. Eliminate 4. Raise the score.
To 9.
To 9.
Quick little bomb plant as the hunt is on. Forrest, with hope in his eye, just looks to lock down this Krieg.
You see the glimmer? The shimmering glimmer?
A little bit. I mean, that's the face of focus.
I think that might be reticle, actually.
Yeah.
And this is when reality sits in for NiP. They're all hitting tab, thinking about what to eat later. The round score in front of them, how they had such a great start tomorrow, but now their prime enemy from yesterday is showing them that they're also one step ahead of them, which is probably a bit of a surprise, a little bit of an ego hit. And yeah, it's really not close in a lot of senses.
It's going pretty par for the course, though, in terms of Dust 2 for FaZe. Nico having the highest rating on the last 3 months out of this entire team, 1.13 on Dust 2 specifically, and he currently holds that 13-6. So,
yeah,
he's doing his job, you know?
Yeah, that's
pressure falls on him.
It's a good map for him.
Let's see what's next. We are back into the guns. Feel like I've seen too many deagles in the hands of ninjas. Poor guys.
1 SG recovered for Forrest. All right, so what's the play? It looks like that for NiP. Oh yeah, they actually did an aggressive push to long. They got control fully. They take the op shot down on Coldzera. He was the one that kind of Rez has to worry about the most when he tries to push through.
Sure enough.
So now that's an open lane. I mean, even though you know that Rez has done it before, you've only got 4 guys to defend, so you might not be watching it. Rez is going to realize that.
I think they're also happy that they finally got Coldzera facing. He's been so good at tucking himself into the corners of the box or behind the door and being like full patient. Or even contrast it to Nico, sitting at the top of middle, waiting for someone to come through that second doorway. This time, Coldzera's peeking off of the taxi cab. However, Plopsky to the top of the box on B, fully flashed, still able to spray one away. Nico standing on his head, Goomba stomped, as we do still have ninjas on a man advantage. Smokes each way, and Lekro looks to make the most of it. Slips through beneath them and has a slight gap on Nico's position. But what? He can't even get the kill? The Krieg headshot connects, and 3v3 is where we're left. Rez cautious about middle, but there is nobody there. We've got Broky committed to the tunnels.
They have good nades. They could do smoke tunnel, molly backside, flash over, and just try to entry.
Everybody's coming through the window. It is going to be the waterfall, and if Olaf is able to reverse it, then it's going to look all too easy, but he is burned out by Rez. Twist predicts the peak from Tons, but it's just not coming. Great patience from Broky. Nico even not seen, not spotted. Finally, he gets to take a shot, but now he's going to get double peak, so FaZe Clan take 10.
It's a little rough. It's a little rough. It's not a very winnable retake situation, so to be fair to ninjas, that you're going to lose that most of the time anyway, but they don't use their smoke there. There's also really late rotations to B, but I will say that even though when FaZe lost, they actually won that round 4v5. They made that hard rotate over to B, and then they just kind of like very fast entry into the site. In that situation, you're up 5v4, you probably do want to try to lean towards a 2-1-2 setup, since you don't have to be as protected on A versus 4, but sometimes you can really trust your solo man on B, but there's a situation where they'll make you pay for not adjusting or not evening out when you know that the T's are down a man. But yeah, it really felt like the next rotations weren't really able to help much. Forrest is hanging out in the window, could only kind of spray a little bit, but not do much. But either way, we're going to wrap up this half in these last 3 rounds. Ninjas really need to get something going, so they're going to go ahead and put together another buy. Twist has at least the op again. And yeah, I don't know, FaZe are dictating every single round. They're doing a good job. But there's definitely holes in Ninja's games you can point to. Lekro's in CT spawn.
Chilling down by boxes.
Interesting. This again, I don't really like this A setup.
I feel for Rez.
If Rez dies, he's got a Falmus. Their A is like completely done.
Yep. Flops will have to turn head. Twist. Ooh, he's gonna have a lot of players coming towards him. He at least has that AWP, but Rez coming up empty-handed. Tough pill to swallow.
Look at this. Lekro is protecting Twist on the site with an MP9 and jump up. Ooh. Oh, okay.
Yeah. No one's gonna protect you from that. Nico flash assist as Rain rounds the corner. Lekro into the mix. I mean, a little bit of damage. Wildly enough, it's that MP9 that does the most damage until Forrest finds himself in the gunfight. But he's lost his mid anchor, so now he knows his back's exposed, and Cold sprays him through smoke. An 11-2 scoreline. FaZe showing no signs of stopping.
Yeah, almost impervious. They're making a lot of good moves. This is also, it seems like Rez, his aim is really good today, but his spray is not.
Yeah. Can't spray a deagle.
He can't spray a deagle, so he's getting a lot of kills. His Falmus had trouble. His M4 had trouble. He's having a little bit of trouble with the rifles, but it seems like his first bullet accuracy is like on point. That's something I've never really like ever brought up about a player. That's kind of interesting. But nonetheless, yeah, just another kind of like rough round for Ninjas, and they're back on pistols.
Ooh.
Okay.
Our poor observer. That was like a millisecond off to the beautiful Deeg to open our rounds. I feel you, bud.
Kind of know what it looked like.
I know an Xbox head pop.
yeah. Feels good. It does.
It's always the best. You get that cat extension, you're just waiting.
So let's see if Ninjas can take this pistol round where they actually have 5v4 and a lot of good control into a round win. They have 2 players left side mid, so they won't be able to help out Cat too much, but they can help escort your CTs to Cat. But yeah, there's no one on the A site right now, so they've been pretty happy about finding this out. And they kind of want to take these aim duels. They don't want to alarm any rotations, so they don't throw any smokes. It seems to be the right idea.
CT smoke down 2 just to ensure that Forrest can't get into the gunfight. He has been the one player to find the Krieg in all of these sorts of deagle rounds. You know, anybody who's supposed to be upgrading into rifles for the big frags is him. It's his final chance to show us something on the CT side. A post plant in the 15th already, time ticking, no kit in the mix, another couple kills, and it is just Rez left. But he's got the deagle, which has been hot. However, not this time.
Not that hot.
12-2. Oh, I can't count Launders. That's the 14th round.
Yeah.
I wondered why you looked at me like that.
I mean, it could be, it's probably just going to be the same thing again based on what we've seen.
Yeah, another force.
3 ops. Okay, I lied.
Yeah, sorry, have we seen this?
Listen, if you're having a bad game calling, a really easy solution is to just buy everyone an op and say, just please get 1 kill. Then we win.
If everyone gets 1 frag,
we win.
You can win the round.
Yes, and we'll probably win the next round too if we don't lose anybody, so... I guess
run out of rounds.
I suppose it's a strategy. It's a map that you can have 3 ops, so...
They're getting wild with him.
Yeah.
Twist already peeking down into lower tunnels. Forrest has established a position on Cat. Where's that third one at? Lekro's.
So
towards B.
Here's the thing. They can actually still lose. If FaZe go up, if FaZe get to the A site without the op on A site getting a kill or 2, how are they going to win a retake?
Well, here's the wild thing. There is no op on A.
Oh, actually.
3 snipers purchased, and not a single one is challenging long.
It's 2 rifles on the A site.
2 rifles on the A site.
There's an op in tunnels? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, that is in fact Twist pushing tunnels with a sniper.
So they are definitely retaking with those ops. Oh, unless.
Yeah, he's clearing his corners. Coldzera's waiting outside those tons.
He's like going back to B. They're like scared of how easy this has been.
Swapping it over.
Okay, rotations out for both sides.
Unfortunately, Lekro has lost B.
I think I like FaZe here still.
Or left B, rather. Twist, you are about to be tested.
This is such timing. Is anyone going to peek the A side, or are they just waiting on Twist?
Hold, hold, hold. Rain's going to creep into it and misses his chance at the 5v4. But luckily for Ninjas, nobody's run into the B site just yet. Now Rain starts to sprint in. Twist does get around the doorway, but he's flashed immediately. So FaZe Clan are going to flood forward. Olaf's going to cause some chaos over on the A site, but it is in fact all B. 17 seconds left, and bomb gets dropped over towards the car. Broky and Cold clear the board, and Lekro's all that's left. He's coming in from behind, 2 scope to see. There it is, 13-2 on the T side of Dust 2. A hell of a showing from FaZe.
Really unlucky that round from Twist. Missed a couple of shots he definitely normally hits.
Yep.
But yeah, what's harder than an A retake with Ops?
A B retake with Ops.
B retake with Ops. So that got even worse than I thought it'd be in the first place.
A tough one indeed. But we will be throwing this to the break in order to get ready for the second half. Maybe short, but we'll see you there. The Ninjas in Pyjamas looking quite dismantled here on Dust 2. A tough pill to swallow as both these teams came in with a 2-0 record. They were feeling great about their performance yesterday, and FaZe have a good reason to still feel great. NiP, not so much.
You know, if you have a big vitamin, if you turn your head to the left, then it'll help you swallow it easier.
Ow.
That's a strange noise.
Sorry, man.
We'll try to cut that out of the VOD.
Please do. I feel dirty now.
I'm just going to let the silence ride. People really enjoy that moment.
Sorry, guys. That's on me.
Tough pill to swallow for sure. They're getting absolutely daddied right now.
Did you take your vitamins today?
Oh, every day, yeah, of course.
Fish oils, omega-3s.
Oh, I mean, I've got a whole litany of things that I'm doing. I'm a mind tweaker. Okay, I really like my vitamins. It's not exactly like that, but it's not what it looks like in the morning.
Well, I've seen you in the morning.
I'm taking my vitamins, yeah. Okay. All right.
Back into the game, as quick as it may be. Crazy action all across 3 streams, but here at C, with Scrawny and Launders, you find yourself not only FaZe leading 13-2, but also closing that first half on fire. So, they will continue to go into the second pistol. Double flash and a kit for the one and only Olaf. He will be tested most certainly. The singular A player. Rain and Nico will be called back from Catwalk the moment he confirms all 5. A run boost?
A fake run boost.
Oh, no. Checking behind the car.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Oof. Doesn't start well. Insta-gush. Olaf's going to retreat down into his spawn, but
that's
smoke.
unlucky.
Yeah, that one's awkward. However, Nico still caught off by the tenacity of the ninjas.
It looks like the smoke still does its job, luckily for them, so hits a lip. But, they don't even think that someone could be at elbow. Rain, is he going to pop another top? He is. There's 2.
Come on. That puts them back into the man advantage. They got that bomb down clean enough, but they didn't take kills with it. 3 shots, 3 frags, and Forrest starts to recuperate the round. He does a 3K of his own. Olaf into the clutch. He was first gushed and last to fall. Ninjas have at least a last breath, a chance.
Hey, and we know that Dust 2 is much more T-sided now. It's just much more T-sided now. At least, tentatively. We're going to call this a T-sided map, even more so than before. So we'll see with ninjas with a pistol. I see some things happening. We're gonna see some Kriegs right away, and that'll be a kind of a big learning moment for us, I think, when we see how well they do. But it was a good, exciting pistol round. Nice try by Rain. He also was not looking incredibly good yesterday, so nice to see him back and forth.
Bobsky clears it up. Twist comes outwards as well. Big quick clash on those long A doors. Nico, how about some more? He's already got a second. There's the third. Rez is next in line, and he's challenging because he wants his bomb back, but he smokes it off. If they could just hit him, then things could be fantastic. Here is Forrest clamoring back into the round. Holy hell.
They have him. Nico knows he can fall back because Coldzera is picking up the flank. So he doesn't even have to fight at long, and they still have total control of the bomb.
He sees it.
Wow.
He knows he's coming. Get that fresh mag in, jump up, pop a skull, saw the shoulder, and Rez is now coming. He knows there's a second over, and he hits it. Oh, on for the ace, Nico. How about it? It's just Forrest, and Cold's gonna clear it. A 14th and another force buy after the pistol win.
Wonderful.
FaZe Clan taking it.
What a round.
Half after half.
Man, swift on the click, this boy. Holy smoke.
Yeah. Someone's saying, hey, Nico, do you know the SG is really overpowered? And he goes, oh, really? The SSG?
Oh, really?
Goes ahead and picks it up.
What about the scout? What about that scout, young warrior?
Warriors.
They didn't come out to play. That was, yeah, they went out to the playground and
got bullied.
We started playing esports to avoid bullying, but what we saw just then was Class A bullying. That's a shame, but a really fun round to watch, that's for sure. And that was good teamwork involved, too, because Coldzera, like, running on the flank, Nico got out of there just in time to get back to the site to get another kill. And then Coldzera, knowing that they're committing to actually comes back around to Cat. That's a huge rotation by him. Oh, wait, did he? No, did he flank out long, actually?
No, I believe it was Catwalk.
Yeah, he actually came back.
Comes up the stairs.
And got that 1D.
Nico hiding behind the box like, please, I've done enough.
Yeah.
And wha-bam! A deke shot to take it away. Really just kicking dirt in their eyes. I mean, you let them win a pistol again just to steal it back. Fire! But he won't. Deagles in the hands of Plofsky. Deagles in the hands of NiP. Like every other round here on Dust 2. They gotten their chances at entries, whether that be Olaf's fight on long, Plofsky challenging Rain and CT spawn, and Forrest out from Cat.
Yeah.
I have a hunch the A-Strings joined us.
I have a feeling that maybe Astralis won their match.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, that's where things get a whole lot more interesting. Welcome in, folks, to what might be the end of FaZe versus NiP. For those of you who missed it, NiP have been completely daddied this entire game by FaZe Clan and their Freaks, and just generally good rotations. We're out to 5v3 in this round.
Yeah, to really paint the bleakest picture, 2 of those 3 rounds are pistol wins. Oy.
The 2-for-2 time.
Now what? How do you get back into this one?
Look how much info and confidence the CTs have. They're already holed up in B with 3. NiP playing right into their trap, and that's just going to be the final nail in the coffin right there. Twist now alone with his teammates, and they both go down. That's match point, and a point secured for FaZe Clan. With just 1 more, they make it 3.
Yep.
And the standings get a whole lot more interesting, because if you want to catch people up, For NiP, so for FaZe Clan, they played against Na'Vi and Astralis yesterday.
Yes.
Those are huge scalps to take on day one. For NiP, they have harder games coming up.
Yes. Seeing as they bested Cloud9 and Astralis. Astralis look way better today. They've got that Nuke match win versus Liquid. Nuke coming up next versus Na'Vi. And then their final opponent, Cloud9. Contrast that to what NiP have left. This beating on Dust 2. Liquid's up next. And potentially Na'Vi. But here we go. It could be the final couple frags. Yep, Brain's gonna lock it down. 16-3 as FaZe Clan continue their success from day one. The 3-0 record's theirs, and they're looking to secure that #1 spot. NiP now going to be fighting for second. And again, after that Astralis victory, you know who's coming for them. There's 12,000 fans out there rooting for Astralis to make that miraculous comeback. Something we hadn't seen since Moscow.
Yeah.
The O2 team getting into the finals. It's a possibility. Is it a reality? You'll have to stay tuned for the next round of Counter-Strike matches. We'll be back with number 4.